Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to tonight's deep woo-woo episode of Tarot Readings by Janine. You can find her at Sending Ravens here on YouTube and also at Tarot by Janine. Janine, welcome back.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jean-Claude.
How's it going?
Really good.
You have an air of spring to you. What's going on? I love it.
Yeah, flowers. Yay.
Flowers, yay. Janine, your camera is
I'm calling it because it's really cold.
Oh, say that
It's
again,
frozen?
Janine. Yeah, you just broke up a little bit. Are you sure there's nobody on the internet in your
frozen?
house? Well, you're just back now, but you're very blurry.
Yeah. Okay, they probably are. I better go talk to them.
Okay, go do that,
Should
and
I?
I'll do a little bit of housekeeping while we wait. Oh, you'll text them. Okay.
I'll text them.
While you do that, folks, a couple of housekeeping notes here for you. Tomorrow on the screen, I have Dr. Jim Willie coming on. This is a special report for the Ides of March. As it stands now, it's on my YouTube channel, but I believe I'm going to be moving that to the Rumble channel simply because of the linguistics related to this topic and the extreme censorship we're about to face. So too, for Friday, right now on the board is this Beyond Alta show with Cliff High, Julie, and Jason Ip 4. There again, we're going to be talking about the Ides of March and some of these astro and temporal markers. And I believe I will have to move that show also to Rumble only. So please do and go and check out my Rumble channel. Here's the link right now, at least for the Alta, Beyond Alta show. Let me bring that down in the link section for you guys right now, in the live section for you guys right now. So you can go and subscribe to my Rumble channel there in case we make the decision to yank it from YouTube, just to be on the safe side. Now, on top of that, I just wanted to bring your attention to yesterday's night's show with Jason Quitt, Egyptian Postures of Power. I've been wanting to do this interview with Jason about his book now for 2 years. This is the second edition of that book. Fabulous interview. Guys, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Just read the first 2 or 3 comments and you'll realize that you missed something if you haven't already seen this episode. Really, really cool. Anyways, he's going to be back on the show, but I really want to recommend to you, the audience here, if you haven't seen it, to please go and check that out. And last but not least, for our housekeeping notes tonight, we have another beautiful pyramid. This is a brand new design by Carla for tonight. And let me play this clip for you guys. This, of course, is going to be given away to one of our lucky PayPal tip jar donators for tonight's show.
Hi everyone, this is Carla from Ascension Orgonite, and today I have a new design to show you. Her name is Lydia. So I actually had a dream about 2 weeks ago about this pyramid and what it had to look like, the colors that I had to use, the stone that I had to use. And as soon as I woke up, I heard screaming in my ear with the name Lydia. So it's like, okay, she wanted to be called that. I'm still trying to look into the meaning of the name. But basically she is made of brass metals and carnelian stone. So carnelian stone is known to help with meditation, keeping negative and intrusive thoughts at bay. She also helps with staying grounded in reality, reducing stress, calming anger, and also giving a boost of energy. I made Lydia with the intention of helping and working with the root chakra, also the sacral chakra, same thing, and working with the fire element. There's something about the colors and the way that I envision her is warmth and fire. So she has all those elements. I also added the symbol, the tree of life in gold. So I give her a quick turn so you can see her. And there she is. I hope you like her.
Thank you so much, Carla. And you can find that, of course, at ascensionorganites.com in the collection section if you want to put your hands on one of these amazing creations. And of course, if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic, you'll save an extra 10%. So big thank you to Carla on that. And good luck to all of you tonight in the PayPal tip jar. Janine, what do you think of that new design with the carnelian stone?
I loved it. It was gorgeous. Yeah, I got a friend who just love it. She loves carnelian, so I might have to get one of those for her.
Well, they do make nice gifts, of course.
They do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Janine, where do we start? Oh my God, the slide deck is huge today. Let me see if I can start here. Oh, okay. This story is near and dear to my heart. I know these guys. I was at the cafe during all of my reporting on Parliament Hill. And we just saw today here that they're now being forced to close. In the description of the news article, they're saying, quote unquote, unforeseen circumstances. Do you want to set that up a little bit for the audience here? Who are these people, and why is this really a sad event here for the people who were supporting freedom and our rights here in Canada?
Well, I watched an interview with them sort of at the height of the festivities, we'll call it, that was going on in Ottawa for that 3 weeks. And what the guy was saying was he was loving being open for these truckers. They were the best clients he'd ever had. Mm-hmm. And he was able to pay 3 months arrears in rent because of them. Mm-hmm. So they were eating their meals there and supporting him. And he was just thrilled. So he caught up with 3 months arrears. So it sounds like maybe he's back in trouble again, because he's first of all getting hounded by the police, and he was probably getting a lot of threatening phone calls like other people have complained about. Mm-hmm. Like in the article, it says, he's basically taken a lot of heat from Ottawa locals and the police.
Wow, it's very frustrating. Somebody's in the chat here that Viva had Iconic Cafe on the live stream last night. So I'll try to bring that link down so I can go watch that myself. I haven't seen that latest video. Anyways, my heart goes out to them too. And maybe can we just pull a card or two to see if Universe is going to support these individuals here? Maybe this is just a temporary setback. What could we tell the Iconic Cafe owners here tonight? And if you're in the chat now and you want to support them, please give them some love in the chat as well.
Yeah, they need to be patient, because something better is going to show up for those guys. The universe does have a plan, and it's going to take them in a new direction. This is just the beginning. So what they're being asked to do is not be fearful. They're unnecessarily stressing and fearful. It's actually going to get a lot better with that card, and then this as the outcome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot better for them. So I feel like and this one's like new direction. Something's going to show up for them in the next 3, that could be weeks or months, that'll really give them a whole new, they were there for the truckers, so they played a part in that.
Oh, yeah.
In the positive, they're going to be rewarded, it looks like.
Yeah. Everybody in Ottawa right now who are walking around with no masks and going to restaurants and they owe these people a debt of gratitude. So my heart goes out to the Iconic Cafe. Hopefully you guys can support them as well. And yes, please do go check out Viva Frey. He did interview them last night. So if you want to see that episode, Viva Frey on YouTube is where it is. Wow. Okay. Next news article. Let me see if I can bring this up for you guys here. This was posted by Mr. Il Donaldo Trumpo earlier today. Let's watch the language on this one a little bit here, so we're not accused of anything, of course. And just going back to the cafe, if the owners are watching this video too, know that doing the right thing is sometimes very, very difficult. And I always try to do the right thing here on YouTube, and I've been deleted a couple of times for it, but every time I come back stronger. So if that's any word of encouragement for you right now, you might not want to hear it. You might think things are dire, but know that Universe does in fact support people who are supporting humans, real organic humans. So a big thank you to you, Iconic Cafe. Okay, Janine, let's go back to Mr. Il Donaldo Trumpo here. What's going on?
Mr. T, I call him. I just get the feeling he's been hinting, throwing out all kinds of signals that he saw on his way back to the limelight, let's just say. Yeah, and I think this is just another one of those. He's just working everybody up to a frenzy.
Well, we are heading to something absolutely crazy this weekend. We're heading into the Ides of March, as Cliff High had predicted here a little while back. A few people are talking about Cliff already in the chat here. So it appears that a lot of things are going to be taking place perhaps as soon as Friday. the 11th. And this is why he's coming on the show here with Julie and Jason and Ford. We're going to look at these temporal markers, but also some of the astrology and how all of that comes together. So please do go and subscribe to the Rumble there to see that live video. But going back to Mr. T here, let's take a pulse on whether or not he makes it to the limelight this weekend. Like I said, there's a lot of things happening this weekend. Cliff was saying that perhaps this Friday is the last day of this specific reality. Similarly, September 10th in 2001 was the last day of the previous reality. And then, of course, the September 11th and forward, we are in that reality now. So perhaps this is the last Friday for that reality. Janine, where's Mr. T in all of this for this weekend? Let's take a pulse and see what the cards can say.
Wow. You know, he might be showing up this weekend. The Fool. So I think they're playing it by ear again. When you get the Fool, it's like they're trying to be at the right place at the right time. Mm-hmm. So it feels like it's poised to be that's a potential date. But you know how this is played out the whole time? They're careful, like with those. You're not going to promise the date, but it's definitely they're ready, or it feels like that's one of the plans.
It's in the cards, so to speak.
Because then we got this card too. Okay, so this is so it's a whole bunch of things are being put in place, so that could happen. Mm-hmm. But they're counting on a whole bunch of things happening in a certain sequence for it to be the right time for him. Mm-hmm. So, wow. But it looks promising, right? So they're working it, right? And then these were the outcomes. So 8 of Pentacles. So working on it's like an 80% chance with that. And it's karmically just that he does take his place and step back. Is certainly out of the shadows, because I think he's been there all along. I think he's the shadow, the shadow government. So it's karmic and just. It's just a matter of everything falling into place, like these 2 8s. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, 8 and 8. These 8s.
He has a rally, Steve Templeton is saying, in South Carolina on Saturday. So he will be in the public eye here. Be interesting to see what comes out of that. So, of course, we'll be all ears and all eyes on deck for sure, moving around, starting as soon as this Friday here. I'm getting reports of a lot of people saying they're trying to buy silver this week. The local coin shops are putting limits on people. They're not. Have you heard the same thing here in your neck of the woods, Janine?
Yeah. People texting and writing me emails about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I went to the bank also today, a lineup of people, and they were none too happy with the withdrawals. You could tell the people at the counter were stressed, and they were trying to turn away people. Oh, just make the reservation in 3 days from now. We're having some difficulties. You know, it used to be you would have your withdrawal on the same day. Then it was 24 hours notice. Now they're up to 3 days to 4 days notice to get money out of the bank. It's absolutely crazy. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm hearing too that like top brass people and top civil servants are actually taking money out of the bank. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I'm getting those emails, so they might be feeling or seeing that something's coming, and they might have access to information that you and I are not privy to. So again, this weekend coming up is really big, and that's why we're doing those 2 shows. The first one with Jim Willie and the second one with Cliff I here to try to bring all of this data together so we can understand how to best navigate it. I think this is going to be key here for everyone moving forward, because it is, as that card just suggested there, the which one was it with all the arrows?
The 8 of Wands.
The 8 of Wands means fast, rapid things coming out, right? So fast movement. So you're going to need to be nimble and know how to navigate all of this. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this one was funny. Okay, so let's take a left turn here to have a little bit of fun before we go. Let me see this one here. Janine, let's set this one up for the audience.
Yeah, this was good. Okay. Somebody sent this one to me and I watched it. So it's this gal. Oh, she's brilliant, by the way. I hope she doesn't upstage me and you don't swap me for me. But anyway.
Oh, I'll never change you for a younger model, Janine.
She's good and cute. So cute. And just a sweetheart. And she nailed Jean-Claude. You guys got to listen to it. Like, I don't know the other people she was talking about as well. right? So
Yeah.
these guys are awesome, but I don't know them as well. I do know, I think I know Jean-Claude pretty good. And she nailed him. She nailed you, Jean.
Yeah, I think she did pretty good, and she did good on YouTube. But what I thought was funny is her sidekick there said, "Oh, let's take a little read on JC's little sidekick, Janine." I'm like,
Little sidekick. Okay. How tall are you, Jean-Claude?
I'm 6'4", so
Oh, all right, all right. I was going to say, because I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'7".
right. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, we won't
I'm
get
not
into
that
that.
little.
But it was funny because, of course, when I was reporting on Parliament Hill, there was a bunch of people in the chat saying, "Oh my God, is JC a giant, or are all Canadians very, very tiny?" So anyways, I thought that was funny. So a big shout out to that YouTuber there. Let me see if I can bring the link down so you guys can go check that video and check out their products. And yeah, I watched.
I
Go
thought
ahead.
it was funny how good looking they both are. I'm just saying. It's like they're like the beautiful people doing tarot and looking into. I was like, wow.
Wow, very good.
Interesting.
Okay, so guys, the link is in the chat now. Go check it out and go give them some love if you love the content. Wait a second, did the link go through? Let me try that again. I can't see it. Control V, yes. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay, now to the bottom.
views when I put it up.
Say that again. Say that again. You broke up.
They didn't have too many views. I think they need more subscribers because that gal's good. She's good at what she does.
Oh, well, she's growing because she had 2,000, I think, earlier today. She's at 3,000
wow.
subscribers now. And this video has 3,000 views. So we'll go again and check it out tomorrow. This, of course, is Arcana Shores, Tarot and Astrology by Kristen Lay. Lay? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Anyways, thank you, Kristen, for that video. It did bring a smile to my face. And of course, we do really work hard at what we do here, and we appreciate the reading, of course. I really love you guys. Okay, so let's move on to this news story here. Weird story, of course. On one hand, the normies are cheering this, but on the other hand, people like me are cheering this because, the Russians won't have to eat baby meat anymore. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Janine, can we even tackle this thing? Can we even tackle this thing here on YouTube or what? What are we doing?
Yeah. Let's just try it out just for fun. Let's just see, like, whose op is this? That feels like a blessing.
Yeah, I said good riddance, of course.
Yeah, we know how deep state, dark cult Mackie D's is.
Right. Okay,
Thanks,
let's
right?
take a general read on who's running this op. Yeah. Okay. JC, what's your rumble again? Okay, let me bring that back down. It's BeyondMystic. Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic. Let me see. So here's the link to the video you guys are looking for. Let me just put that down in the live link for now. And let me see if I can actually get the actual YouTube channel. Yeah, it's this one here. So rumble.com/C/BeyondMystic. So let me bring that down also in the live chat for you guys. And what I'll do, I'll pin it to the top of the comments right after the show, guys. So if you're listening to this, you'll be able to find it right away. But let me bring that back on the screen for you guys right there. Okay, Janine, let's get back to this story of McDonald's.
That was in the past, and it came up upside down, and I had just flipped all the cards properly. Like I often do between readings, I'm just flipping them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's weird and that's interesting. So that's my deep state dark cult, but it's upside down. So I feel like they are compromised or the whole thing is, I think, a white hat op. And they're basically given a nod to the party substance, because we also know that places like McDonald's are meeting places for all kinds of people.
Watch out the bad words, Janine. Take it easy there.
People moving other people around illegally against their will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a nod to what what's going on in the Ukraine.
Wow. Okay. That's fascinating. And of course, in a couple of months from now, as all of this comes out in the open, people will go back and look like, oh, that's what they were telling us there. They were putting all of these pieces together in the human consciousness so that we can tie and build this bigger puzzle there. Okay, Ash Nix, I choked on my chocolate bar when I heard JC say that. Okay, they're talking about the McDonald's joke. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm having fun today. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, Janine. Okay, watch your words on this one. But this also for the audience members, if you haven't seen this must-watch video here, specifically if you have people in your family or maybe yourself also having to deal with ramifications of perhaps taking certain products that could be detrimental to your health. This episode is very important to watch. Janine, can you set this up a little bit, but be careful on the language here.
Okay, it was really fun. That's part 2. But it was an hour long, and the part 1 was only 20 minutes long because we ran out of time on part 1. So this is part 2, and Christine Northrup, so Dr. Northrup, goes through all kinds of things that she's considered to be maybe cures for if you want to detox from products. That aforementioned products. So after the dust settles and people want to get healthy again, she's putting together a real protocol for how somebody could get healthy. So we went through piece for piece and everything she's ever, like, she's a brilliant doctor. So she just comes up with everything she thought could work and combinations and things. And then we looked at the cards, and I'm going in there blind. And apparently she says she came out of it with a brilliant protocol. She's going to put it together and have it ready for people.
And where's this protocol going to reside? On Twitter, on another YouTube channel? Like, how do people follow this?
I think it'll be on her website.
Okay. Perhaps you and I can do an update to this, or we can ask Catherine when this is posted. Yep. We could do a little shout out so that people know who are watching the show where to find that. Don't have to do too many clicks to get to the actual content. Yep. Okay, lots of people saying they saw the show. Great show. So yeah, guys, good luck. Go see that show if you haven't already seen it, and share it. Basically, that's the whole point here, is to share this message, because a lot of people are waking up to the news now, and it's coming faster and faster every day that there are significant ramifications to these products, and people are going to be looking at ways to maybe improve their health, or at the very least stop the deterioration of their health because of said products. Okay, yeah. I think that's the most we can say on the show here on YouTube. Okay, let's get into the weird day today on the markets. Janine, yes, wonderful show. Okay, David Morgan was suggesting today that this is an insane world and a sane man must appear insane. So yes, very much so, because the Dow was up 800 points in the midst of all of this global turmoil. And he was asking a stupid question. Well, do we suddenly have a bigger supply of silver and gold? Do we suddenly have a bigger supply filling up the shelves to deal with our supply chain issues? No. So why is the Dow up 800 points? Well, of course, it's up because of the MMT or the propaganda of the economy based on lies, deceit, and seasonal adjustments of all of these numbers. So we're here now. And so basically my point of bringing that up for the audience is, don't be lulled right now. We are at a critical tipping point. Again, watch the shows in the next couple of days here to get more details on that. But the mainstream media is going to tell you, no, everything's fine. Go shopping, go spend your money. Don't worry about anything. When in fact, no, we are apparently at a very big tipping point here. And the more you prepare yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, the better you will be able to navigate these changes. But again, the mainstream media who lie to you will tell you that everything is okay. And they're trying to pump up the Dow here to make pretend that everything is okay. So what can we pull from the cards here, Janine, to let the audience know about this manipulation of the facts here, and the fact that somebody's trying to pull the wool over their eyes here so that they go back to sleep and not maybe prepare and better their situation here in this changeover that we're about to live?
Oh my goodness. So this was in the past. And that's, some things ended forever. I'm thinking that's the dollar, the American dollar and or the fiat dollar. Okay, and then these two cards here, get this one. Okay, so they're like buttering it up to make it look pretty, but this is what's really going on. It's in its last breath, the whole market, frankly, because we asked about the market. and they're surrender to. So we got 2 10s already in the reading. So the thing's over, but they're prettying it up, just like you said. They're prettying it up because, you know, somehow they have the means to do that still. Okay, but not for long.
Like one last hurrah, try to get a few more suckers inside the casino here before it burns to the ground. Wow. You wouldn't be surprised, of course. This is what these narcissistic maniacs do all the time. So it appears that that's what's going on. And let me show you another news article today that, to me, as soon as I saw it, oh my God, they're creating the biggest pump and dump scheme ever. My opinion, not financial advice, of course. Look at this. Oh, wrong slide. This one here. Amazon soars after announcing a 20-for-1 stock split, 10 billion stock buyback. They're encouraging people here to get into this stock, and somebody was just suggesting that the last time this happened, of course, the stock had tumbled by 80%. So let's talk about Amazon here too. Is this on its last leg? Are they attempting here to do the same thing, a type of pump and dump to maybe fleece the population one last time here?
Oh yeah, Amazon looks like it's over, and it might be owned by the white hats at this point. Okay, because remember who started it and who's probably been rounded up already. Okay, so maybe they've seized it already. So that's interesting. So whatever's going on there, it feels like a manipulation because it's not even owned by who used to own it. So
Wow.
it's over as a company, at least the original way it was created, let's say. So that's the past, and that's the present. So there's, in fact, they're going to be up against all kinds of, like that feels like called to justice. So there's a whole bunch of things that they've probably done that's illegal in the past that's been found out. And wow, I think a whole nother, I think the company goes into a whole different form. It's going to be a whole different company. It's not going to be like that anymore. They're going to take it and reshape it or something. It's going to be part of the free world on the other side of this. It's
Right.
not gonna be the system anymore.
When you said something is coming out for Amazon or past dealings or past shenanigans, remember maybe 10 years ago, oh my God, maybe 15 years ago now, I forget, but I believe it was the Dole company, you know, Dole Pineapple. They had engineered this new stock scheme only for stockholders to realize 2-3 months after the fact in this verification or audit that the Dole company had actually issued 4 times more stock than was actually reported. So everybody's stock had been devalued basically to a quarter of its value simply because of these unknown or unregistered stocks. Is it perhaps something similar to that is happening here in the background for Amazon as well? Let's just take a quick pull of the cards here to see if I'm somewhere on the right track. Maybe it's just another pump and dump too, but there seems to be maybe something weird there.
Seems like they're trying to call your attention to something because we've got the judgment call here, judgment card, and the judgment cards wants you to wake up. So it's about waking up and really looking at who's really in charge now, who used to be in charge. I think they're trying to get people to notice that that's going on, even though all of this other stuff's going on in the back channels. They want the digital soldiers to be talking about what we're just talking about just now.
Okay.
I feel like that because I think that company is taken over. Don't forget, the white hats take over things when they collect people to be processed. They take the companies of those people, the financial ability.
And they convert them to their side, basically. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That'll be interesting to watch. Let's get into silver here. Quite a few news articles today. This one again, David Morgan, our silver guru, was posting that. Of course, he's making fun of the minions here, but he's like, yes, in terms of silver, we have no silver. Okay, so this is the COMEX here having huge issues. I had, I believe, Alistair McLeod also talking about the fact that this month standing for delivery at COMEX was at 1.1 tons of silver standing for delivery. Again, huge amounts here. And when you and I pulled the cards on this last week, apparently they were at 50%. They were still missing 50% of the silver to deliver. Bix Weir, a couple of days later, seeing the new reports after you and I had the show, said, yeah, it was about 50%. I'm not sure where they stand here today, but clearly there's huge stress on the markets. Now, one of Cliff High's WebBot data points from, I believe, 2000, maybe as early as 2014, was that this fact that at some point when the manipulation started to crack or buckle, we would see $1 a day moves, then $5 a day moves, then $20 a day moves in silver. We hit 27 bucks the other day, so we are already doing those $1 a day moves. I wanted to ask the cards, are we already on that trend now that's breaking the pattern of that manipulation, and that eventually brings us to the $5 a day moves, $20 a day moves, and then no bid, because this is where we're going before we get to the $600 an ounce here. What can the cards tell us on where we are on the silver trading pattern?
Yep, we're on it. Look at that. Okay, so this is an abundance card, and this is like movement, swift movement to abundance. So I feel like we're not going to see too many downturns from here. This looks like a whoop, going on up. And then this was the outcome. So that's interesting. $6 more by the end of the weekend, or the 600's coming really fast. Another way you could read that. There's a 6 in this card. So
wow. Wow. Well, again, what we're seeing everywhere right now, and of course, just to put it in context for people who haven't seen the show last week, this Friday, so let me bring up actually Cliff High Substack, and I'll bring that link back down for you guys here. Substack. This one here, I think. This one. Hold on. I'll find it while I'm talking here. But essentially, he was saying we were on a 5-day countdown to March 11th, this Friday, because that is the day that officially they're disconnecting China. And I'll just say the global payment system to not trigger some of the words here. And when that happens, and whatever counter move Russia, I said China, I think, Russia could make with that could also break basically these interbank payment systems around the planet that could affect the ACH as well. It could affect your ability to transact from PayPal to your bank account, from your bank account to your crypto exchange. All of this could be put in turmoil, or at least for a period of time here, starting this weekend. Yes, there's a few people typing in the right word in the chat. I'm trying to avoid some of this here right now. So that's very interesting. The 6, I don't know that it would be 600 this weekend. We would need to see the $1 a day moves, $5 a day moves, $20 a day moves. But I mean, then again, that's a WebBot prediction from a long time ago, and things do change, as you and I know. When we pull cards, sometimes the reality shifts as human consciousness shifts also. So very fascinating indeed. Let me bring up I'll find the Substack article for you guys to read here as well. But Andy was on the line yesterday, and he was saying, JC, it's getting harder and harder to find. They still have these 5-ounce silver bars on sale at $329 over spot for you guys, as well as the kilo silver bars at $269 over spot. But similar to what we were hearing here in Canada and in Europe, a lot of the smaller dealers are starting to have issues putting inventory in front of them, and the longer and longer delivery times are now the norm, so to speak. So again, if you haven't done so already, it appears we're at the last hour here to get physical silver in your own possession. Bix Weir was saying last week that maybe Friday was the last day for the train. We could in fact be there when you consider that people who are trying to put their RSPs or bigger amounts of money right now are having a lot of trouble sourcing big amounts of silver. So this is beyondmystic.net/silver for the discounts afforded to the Beyond Mystic audience. On the Canadian side of things, let me just refresh this page as well. I believe they've changed the coupon for this week. Hold on. So this is mfbullion.ca. These are the 10-ounce silver bars as well at $5.95 Canadian over spot, available to you guys there on the Canadian side of the audience. Good luck with all of that, guys. And again, good luck with the banks too. We're hearing a lot of weird reports this week. Crazy times indeed. Let me see if I can take a quick question here. We have gold. We'll get back to gold in a second here because gold is doing something similar but different at the same time. We'll get back to that. Laura B, how will we be notified to RV for exchanges? Is there a Project for Humanity program to apply for? Okay. Janine, okay, let me reread that. There's a lot in there. How will we be notified for the revaluation for exchanges? And is there a place to apply for humanity programs? Now, this is a meme that's been out there for a number of years. A lot of people projecting this meme have been, in a lot of cases, discredited. I'm not saying that any names of anybody, but buyer beware in this whole story. What can the cards tell us here, generally speaking, for Laura's question here?
Well, it does look true. That's always what I get about it. So in the past, so something's already been revalued, or things have already gone to the positive for that. So things are in place for that RV thing. Okay, so that's the reevaluation of different currencies, in particular Zim, and there's a few of them in particular.
The dinar, yeah.
Dinar, and yeah. Okay, so here's around it. They were asking, how will they be notified? Okay, it feels like there might be a couple of different ways they could be notified, but I think the military somehow has something to do with it, so that's interesting. You might get like, I feel like they've got the military in place when you do get notified. Somehow people are going to need protection, so that's interesting. What do you make of that, Jean-Claude?
Need protection.
Yeah, because there's 2 military cards.
Wow.
Think about it. A whole bunch of people who've never had that kind of money get called. So supposedly there's an 800 number. You get given through all of the email groups. Okay, so you get emailed an 800 number. That's what I was told was going to happen. Okay, so now you got a whole bunch of people going to there's certain spots that they have to go to. They have to, within a certain many hours, they have to make an appointment to go have an appointment with, I forget what those guys are called, but they're kind of like bankers, but not bankers, not the same. Okay, so you have to go to these redemption centers or anyway, and you have an appointment. Well, if you just think about that, how many thousands of people are in on this? That's going to be a big operation. That's a big operation.
It seems complicated to me, but
yeah. It seems complicated for sure. Yeah. But it feels like you will be asked to go somewhere. You'll have to travel somewhere. Okay. And you're going to need to be protected. So bring along your bodyguard, bring along your favorite somebody you trust, bring along you know what I mean? And they might even have protective entities out there looking out for people like this at these centers, because think about it. So these people are going in there and they're setting up, redeeming this monies. Okay. So they're going to have to set up, obviously, a place to put the money. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of scams running.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing with $600 silver or $10,000 gold. You don't want to be walking around in the street with that either. Wow, that's fascinating to me. I always had trouble with that one. But at the same time, here's the thing. At the same time, and to be frank, I also believe there are good guys behind the scenes. So some people don't believe that the economy will fix itself here, that we will be having a hard time rebuilding an organic economy and that it'll take a long time. I seem to think that, yes, there are good guys. And to the extent to which they've been able to pre-plan for all of the shenanigans that might happen this weekend, I don't know. But I am cautiously optimistic that some things were in place to, as you and I were saying last month, in a couple of times on the show, to have a softer landing, not necessarily a soft landing, but a softer landing than the crash that some people are proposing. Janine, you have more cards?
Yeah. So the second part of that was, are they going to have, how did they phrase it?
Is there a Project for Humanity program to apply for?
Okay. I feel like they might drop, like I'm sure there's programs in place, but this feels like that might be more random. And different places you get called, like redemption centers or whatever, may or may not ask for or have that in place. So that's interesting. That's going to be varying, it feels like. Some places will and some places won't. But the whole idea of the reevaluation of the monies is to get more regular folks with more money, and to give them the opportunity to do good in the world. So that does seem like the theme here, and this was set up for that. And whenever I look at it, it always looks legit. So I know all these people say it's a total fraud, but I'm thinking, no, it's not, even though it certainly has like the sound of it, because we're so used to hearing in the last couple of years how everything's a lie. That seems like that could be a lie too, but I'm actually getting it. That's a thing. And it was set up on purpose in the background. So it's part of, I think it's even part of maybe Jasara, Nasara, that kind of thing. I think it might be sort of connected to that. It's part and parcel to bring abundance back into the regular folks' hands and away from, what do you think they're going to do with all the monies they confiscated?
Confiscated.
The Frenchman needs to tell me how to speak it. Yeah. Anyway, all the monies they took from all of the people they're processing, what do you think they're going to do with that? You know how much money stockpiled around the world from hoarding elites, that all they were doing was hoarding it.
So I want to say something here. I don't want to carry anybody's water. I say what I say, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. That being said, when we looked at the astrology, many times here, you and I realized that perhaps the white hats or the SOC, the self-organizing collective, or the good guys, wherever you want to call them, were timing their events on astrology so that they would have the momentum of universe behind them. Okay, so let me say that as a preface to the next part of my statement here. So having said that and understood that, we also know that on December 29th, I forget which alignment it was, but Julie was mentioning in the December Astro Woo report that on December 29th, something shifted where here in 2022, universe was in fact going to favor people who were working towards spirituality, helping organic humans, and they were going to not favor the old material ways. So if the universal energies are supporting that, it seems conceivable to me that there are also good guys capitalizing on those energies to create the sorts of programs that Laura was asking about in the chat. Now, whether or not those happen tomorrow morning at the same time, I have no idea, but it seems to me that it could be possible. So I'll leave it that way. But I'll add with this just to finish, but I wouldn't wait on that myself. I would try to responsibilize myself first before waiting for an outside savior myth type of scenario. Janine, what do you have to say specifically about that as well?
Yeah, I'd say it's somewhere in the middle. So always work towards, like, my whole life, I did visualization, made altars, full moon, new moon. Like I did so many ritual work and personal work to call more abundance into my life. Because first of all, I love to be generous. And secondly, I just wanted to take care of the two children I did have, give them a bit of a leg up. I wasn't really given any kind of a leg up financially, and because we had a really big family with lots of children, and my parents did the best they could with us, but they didn't have, the wherewithal to give anybody a leg up past, a set of luggage on the way out the door. and they're really great people and very generous people, but they just didn't have it. Okay. And I wanted to have it. And now I have, because I worked all of that ritual for years, but I also worked hard and did, and any kind of opportunity that came my way that felt right, that felt like something, like I'm a super hard worker, and I never once just sat around visualizing and doing nothing. So I did, it's a combination. So you work towards creating your own abundance, visualizing it, believing it's possible, and intending and calling it to you, but also feet on the ground because you're a human and doing things towards it. Exactly what you said. So it's you don't just do nothing and believe. That's not going to get you. It's not going to get you what you want. I did things and always stayed positive, visualizing and calling. And it took all the way till 60 to see some really great results. But guess what? It's just getting better from here.
But the point is, you never waited for anybody else to make it for you. You worked really hard for yourself, and you studied. You put yourself in that position of universe to reward you, not in, as we say en français, on s'assit sur nos lauriers, sitting on your laurels.
Oh no, never.
Exactly. Okay, so people were asking for the Substack. Here it is, 0 day, so 5 days and counting to March 11th. Here, this is the link. It is in the live chat. Let me bring that back down for you guys again. This is Cliff High's Substack newsletter, and you can go and subscribe to that and see his amazing missives here, usually about on a weekly basis. Interesting things there as well. Okay, so I have a few questions coming up for the PayPal tip jar. We're 46 minutes in, and I wanted to take this last one here also from the Insider Access Pass Discord. This one is from CJ Bluebird Janine. She's asking, hello from Australia. Can you please do an update for Australia? There is much flooding and earthquakes and corruptions in government. So they want to know if the government will be dissolved before the election.
Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, I think they're already dissolved. Okay, so what you're seeing is you're not allowed to see it yet for some reason. Okay, so they're already a fake front. It's like a facade. The government's a facade. Believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe. I know. Just listening to what's going on there, you can't even fathom it. Okay, but there's, believe it or not, good people overlooking and ready to step in Australia. Okay, this has been the past. This is the past card. They were deeply inundated with the bad guys, the dark hats, the dark cult. They were very much infested, let's say. Okay, but this is actually who they're not ready to show you yet, but you guys are going to be surprised at who's actually. I don't think your government's in charge. Just looks like it is. Okay, so something's going to go down even in the next 5 days, it looks like. And it's going to be maybe a fake bringing down the government. So they might fake something, because I think it's already been brought down in the background. So they capitulated at some point and they're puppeted. That's what I get. It's hard to believe there, but that's what I always get. Okay, so here we've got some kind of big information is going to come out that's going to really crumble them, like, to the public. Wow. Okay, so the public will know they're not really the government. I'm thinking soon.
I think it's going to happen in Canada too, because Cliff was saying too, Ides of March, we might have a reconstituted Canada. And on that note, I'm going to pick another question here from the Discord chat. I didn't see this myself, but let's see what Air Angel has to say. I think we may become the United States of North America, and she's including Canada in there. How else can we explain US notes coming out of Canadian ATM machines? Like Janine mentioned, I'm hoping that okay. So is that what's going to happen here this weekend? Are we merging into this North American continent and Canada will be part of this new dollar system US dollar system or American dollar system for North America? Is that perhaps in the cards? And this is why also in the Web data, they're talking about a reconstituted Canada somehow?
Well, it's definitely not going to look anything like it looks now, and that's one of there's two ways it could go, and I don't. Both of them involve Mr. T.
Mm-hmm.
So the U.S. Okay, both of them involved, and that'll be. We're going to have a choice to make about it. I don't think it's cut and dry, and they're not just going to hand us, okay, this is what we're doing. I think they're going to give us options, but that's one of them for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and strength. So already, I think our government is just like Australia, already capitulated. What you're seeing, that fake guy that supposedly went to the UK and he talked to the fake queen. Okay, when you look at that picture of those two, that's not either of them. You know, who are those people? Right. So things are put in place, but they're not decided for us. We're not just going to get handed, okay, now we're this. I think we're going to have options and we're going to have to choose. We're going to have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, speaking of options and having to choose, cryptocurrency, decentralized cryptocurrency is one, of course. Bitcoin was surging today as the White House, of course, was putting up their crypto executive order. I didn't get into the detail of the EO today. I just found that funny that, of course, the markets are reacting to this, and there's an upsurge in Bitcoin. I think Cliff was saying also in the last couple of days that Bitcoin was changing patterns, and that when it hit a certain number here, and we're close to that number, I believe, we would do a ×5 jump in a very, very short order from the number Bitcoin was at. So keep that in mind. Again, not financial advice, but if you haven't studied this, please do give our crypto crash course a try here. If you haven't already done so, this will give you basically in about a 2.5 hour educational course here, everything you need to start setting up your exchange, doing it safely, creating your wallets, creating that safely, and transferring your first purchases from the exchange to your wallets. So please do go check that out. Janine, you had a bring your own booze, be your own bank party last Saturday night. Watching last Friday night with your girlfriends here. How did that go?
Okay, really good. We got a lot of drinking wine done. We ate some really good. We were so busy gabbing. So we'd put on the video and watch it for a few minutes, and then a big conversation would start. There was 8 women, which is quite auspicious. And I think 8 bottles of wine got consumed. 6 at least. Okay. Anyway, yeah, and a whole lot of really nice. We had some really nice charcuterie boards or whatever they're called. Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah,
did any work done? Did some of them actually get their?
Not a lot of work got done. Okay. And yeah, it was sure fun. And a lot of people went away thinking, okay, they're going to try with maybe 2 people to watch the video, because it was too much fun. All of those women together, like we haven't had a party for so long, right. And we just couldn't shush. Like we had so much we had to talk about.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, it was a riot. It was a great, great night, but I wouldn't say a lot of people actually got a wallet set up. Okay.
And I have to say too, 8 people would be difficult in the sense that they all have different operating systems, they're different computers, different levels of technicality. So yeah, maybe smaller groups would be fun. But hey, coming back together and having a good drink and setting up our intentions and creating the new world is absolutely worth it in these specific times. Janine, before we finish the show, if you have time, send me a picture in the messenger of the group of gals having all of that wine, and I'll bring it up for the audience members. So guys, you can check that out. That's beyondmystic.net/pay-per-view. You'll see that episode there, as well as the Beyond Crypto Woo we just recorded here for the month of March, helping you navigate all of these different cryptos that we're tracking for you guys as well. And also, if you're interested in the astrology, how that ties into you specifically and your sun sign and your rising sign with your personal finances here for March, please do give the Astro Woo Finance, a personal zodiac guide, a chance as well. Janine, you wanted to add to that?
The only time, I only took 2 pictures, like literally that's how busy we were gabbing. And I put one of them up on my Telegram, and then the next day I always clean off my phone because I use it to film. So I cleaned off the picture and the other one, and I'm not kidding. So it's the only place you'll find it is the evidence. The evidence is on is on Telegram, and it would have been the Saturday morning I would have put it up on Telegram, and I post a lot of things. So have fun. You'll find it.
Okay, hold on a second here. I'm scrolling your Telegram. How much you post a lot of stuff?
So you're gonna have to go to Saturday, and the AM I think is when I put it up.
Okay, hold on.
Early in the morning, Friday.
Oh my God. Wait, was that it? I want to show this to you guys because it's just so much fun.
It is fun. It's a great picture. Everybody's crowded there.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll continue scanning. While I do that, let me ask another question here from the PayPal tip jar, so I don't make anybody wait here in the live stream. So let's go here. Karen, love your work. Janine and JC, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate that. Eva, love you both. Am I going to finally get my wellness clinic and be successful healer? A successful healer, Eva and Ring. Okay, let's start with that. And while you do that, Janine, I'll try to find that great picture. Oh, somebody says, it was a great picture. It was epic. Okay, I'm looking for it. I'll find it. So will her health clinic be successful?
Is she going to need to quit something first before she goes? It feels like there's a big decision to make, and she's sitting right on the crossroads. So if she decides to put the energy or create it to be successful, it's like she needs input. She needs input. I also get there could be a decision to make about a partner, because this card, like a partnership in the business, because this card can mean a partnership. If you're not asking about a romantic situation, but in fact, maybe she's even partnering with her romantic partner, like business partner, romantic partner. But there seems to be a decision to make about, does she bring a partner on board or not going forward? Okay, and then near future. So she'll need about 2 years to really build it to where she wants it to be. Okay, so we got, and the whole world is changing. That'll really support what she's doing. So she's going to have support from the Wheel of Fortune tells me that she's meant to do it. But the only thing that's up in the air is, does she partner or not? She needs to really be intuitive, because really think about, especially if she's partnering with her life partner, it could actually be, they're going to have to really talk about, what do you really want? What's your vision? Whoever she chooses for a partner, because that could make or break the momentum.
Wow.
So the partner is going to be very important to get things really down in writing and philosophies talked about. And don't just do it on a handshake. You're going to have to actually go about it kind of legit with a partner, because down the road, that could be a problem. But both of you might have really different ideas about where you want it to go. So you might want to make some agreements ahead of time that are binding and or ways out of it in case it's not working out with the partner.
Right. Okay, these are all great advice. Wow. Okay, so I did find that picture. Before I do that, let me read the next question to set you up here. Hold on, let me go to the PayPal tip jar again. L. Caldwell, thank you both for your service and light. Thank you so much, Elle. Appreciate that. Marie Lagacia, I believe Mary won the pyramid last week. Thanks, Jenny and JC. I love your shows. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Vivian Rubio, sending you much love. Janine, I still haven't met a psychic that can truly read me. I'm protected so that no one, even me, truly knows who I am. Okay, so Vivian is asking you, can you find and crack that shield? What is her life mission? What can the card say to Vivian Rubio? And while we do that, here's the amazing picture of the charcuterie board, the wine, and the wonderful ladies here taking the crypto crash course together last Saturday night. This is a great picture, Janine. I love it.
Yeah, it's good, eh? It's fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, we're late in here. Like I said, we were having so much fun. We just forgot to do everything we were supposed to do. So yeah, By this time, we were almost out of food. So funny.
We need more wine.
No, we had lots of wine. It was the food that, well, we had lots of food too.
Oh, I love how you set up the monitors and everything to do this. Oh,
Yeah, we had it all,
Yeah,
we would turn it on and then have to turn it off because there'd be a big riveting conversation would get going and you couldn't hear anything.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Back to you. So hold on. Let me just make sure we got this right. This is from for Vivian Rubino, Life Mission. Rubio. Vivian.
Okay, so this person who's asking that question is very much what I call, so that this guy is many lifetimes a giver. Okay, so he's been or she, but she's been a male in other lifetimes as well as a female, has been a philanthropic. Is that the word?
Philanthropic, yeah.
Philanthropic, yeah, and incredibly generous, and has supported so many people. And part of the mission is actually to enjoy and have abundance themselves and be given to and actually receive, because they've been incredibly generous in other lifetimes. In fact, they set up so many people and brought so much joy. So that's interesting. And maybe they're looking too hard at what should I be doing or what's my mission? Your mission might actually be to enjoy life, receive, and sort of take a victory stroll around the earth plane, because a lot of people owe you kindness because you've put out all kinds of goodness in many lifetimes. So that's interesting. So that would be interesting. Like, it'd be hard to read that. Right. A lot of psychics might have trouble figuring that out, actually. The mission is to actually receive and enjoy. That's your mission. Okay, yeah. So it's literally one of those lifetimes when you should be actually having and receiving, and it's like for you it would be very healing, because so many people received from you that now it'll be healing for them to give back to you, and your job would be learning how to receive it.
Wow, that's fascinating. Okay, I hope that helps. What was her name again? Rubio. I love that name, Vivian Rubio. Okay, I hope that helps, Vivian. Thank you so much. Somebody in the chat, hold on a second here. We're almost done for tonight. Dear me, JC, what's the link for that pyramid? Okay, hold on. Pyramid. Oh, okay, yeah. So this was the pyramid that is going to be donated to one of our PayPal donors tonight. But the link to Carla's new website, no longer on Etsy, is ascensionorganites.com. And let me bring that down in the live chat. And it will also be in the description box below and pinned to a comment. So there you go for that one as well. And don't forget, guys, also this Friday, the next show coming up with a Cliff High, Julie and Jason at 4, the astro-temporal markers regarding the banking system, the dollar, crypto, gold, and silver. You don't want to miss that. That is going to be on my Rumble at rumble.com/c/BeyondMystic. It's on the ticker tape right now, but I'll also bring that down in the live chat for you guys. Now, last but not least, guys, again, if you're looking for silver, please do go check it out at beyondmystic.net/silver and mfbullion.ca for the Canadian viewers as well. Janine, any last words before we part for tonight? And you and I might have to do some emergency shows this weekend, so we'll leave our schedule open here depending on some of the events. But any last words here to kind of prep us perhaps for the last couple of days of this particular reality before we enter the new reality, starting maybe as soon as Friday? What can the cards tell the audience members?
Okay, wow. Open hearts going into the weekend. Open hearts, don't be closed and fearful. Okay, because what you say there, Jean-Claude, sounds kind of scary to some people. Your whole life's going to look different. To me, that sounds so exciting. I can't wait.
Me too. I'm excited.
Right? But not everybody's like that, right? So some people have fears around change, like that kind of level of change.
Yeah.
Okay, so opening, going into it with an open heart and trusting, even though that could feel a little hard right now, right? But not trusting externally outside of yourself. Trust your own process. If you're here and you're hearing this, you're meant to be doing it. It's okay. Some people won't even notice. I mean, there's those sleepers that don't even notice the whole world's changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't even get it. Okay. So, and really, don't like close all up, right? Like you need to be doing more of this. That guy opens his heart and he follows his heart. Okay. So if your heart and your intuition says, I got to be in nature for this, I got to get off the computer, I got to not talk to anybody, I got to get alone somewhere, I got to take a drive, or I got to be in my favorite cafe for this shift, or, like find where your soul thinks, like, I got to be in the tub, having a nice ritual bath, whatever it is. Find where your soul feels the most comfortable. Look, like you don't know what's coming. So what would be a comfortable place to receive a big change like that? What would feel comfortable for you? If it's, sitting on your couch with your favorite cat or dog, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Around you, whatever's get comfortable somewhere. Think about how you want to make a shift like that, because it's kind of a quantum. We're talking about quantum leaps. This is going to be one of those, right? Like quantum leaps. But the biggest thing on the other side of it is it's all to the benefit of humans.
Yeah.
Money could look a lot different. Abundance, your idea of abundance going forward. I never get fearful cards. I think our future financially and or comfort wise is better than it's been. So we're going out of the scarcity. I'm telling you, maybe not overnight, but this will be one of those shifts that lead us there. Because all of these cards are about abundance and better health going forward. We're going to have more ability to, we're going to have things, more tools, I think, and guidance from higher ups and or, they're not higher ups than us, but let's say more advanced beings who know how to, navigate things like we've been poisoned for thousands of years. How do you undo that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, so it feels like we're going to have better health, finance, and all around a better experience here on the earth plane starting this weekend. Maybe not, it won't happen overnight though. It's not miraculously, it's all, there's stuff coming down, but shifts that happen this weekend lead us to eventually that in the next year.
I love what you're saying, because I feel the same way. And I'm reminded of, I think my parents were telling me this when I was a young lad, and I wanted more freedom in my life to go, to the school dance and to go play hockey and to go swimming and things like that. They said, well, with freedom comes responsibility. And so as humanity are getting rid of this bug on our back, yes, we're going to have the freedom to perhaps grow into the angelic human portions we were originally designed to be. But that also means that we need to be responsible for our thoughts, for our actions. And for some people, that might be a bit challenging because they're used to living under the nanny state where everything is done for them by the bug, but nonetheless, it's done for them. So there is a transition period. And like you say, for some people, it might be more difficult than for others. But generally speaking, it's a good thing for humanity to take the controls back to our own destiny. This, for sure, is what I'm absolutely excited about. And I'm excited to be able to do these shows with Janine. And Janine, I'm not about to trade you for anybody else. I absolutely love our partnership. And as you know, I'm a very, very generous and loyal guy. And I think the card lady there, she was saying words to that effect as well. So thank you so much, Janine, for being in my life. And thank you, everyone, for watching the show here tonight. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe on Tarot by Janine here on YouTube. And also, on Ascending Ravens. And stay tuned tomorrow for the episode with Jim Willie. Probably going to be also on the Rumble channel, as well as the show on Friday with Cliff High. But tomorrow night here back on YouTube, May Levy is coming back for a deep intuitive healing session live for you guys here on YouTube. And it is very much needed at this time. So stay tuned for that one. That is going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic. I love you guys. This was another episode of the Tarot Readings by Janine. Have a great evening, everyone. I love you, and au revoir.
Au revoir.